Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Heinz Field. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 17-yard line.
Break.
58 for Mike. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. On third down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. They'll run on first down. Taylor gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Play action. It's locked. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On second down now, it's Lindsay. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Rock it, get it.
On third down, here's Lindsay. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready?
From the gun, Lawrence over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Here we go. 18 Raiders.
Play action. Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Looking to throw on second down. Luck. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like he just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Lott. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They run with Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
The Broncos take over 1st
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 41-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Taylor. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Lock on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. On first down, Lock. This is caught inside the 15. It's a gain of 35.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Check out. Wide 40.
Here's Locke. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Lawrence. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the draw, Lindsay. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He gets this one to Johnson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Brown. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Well, now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it second and short. They'll run with Taylor. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Here's Luck. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Now Luck. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock, and he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
All day, dog.
Hey, Orbit.
58 to Mike, 58. 58.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Luck. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 31, Luck. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, set this one off target.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Washington. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. 2nd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Luck now 9 of 17 through the air. Taylor. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Luck. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I said...
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. To throw from his end zone, Lawrence. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw from his end zone, Lawrence. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of him, live to fight another down.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Will Parks. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. McManus's point after is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The solid stiff arm. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. 23 yards on the play. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Forced out to his left. And he couldn't get rid of the football. Trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Now Taylor. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, Echo.
58, boy, 58. 58, Mike. Hey, pick your game up. Watch twist.
Back to throw. Lawrence. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Boswell missed it. Missed it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within one score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within one score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
On first down, it's Taylor. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Broncos on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big-body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use it more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead. Usually not as fumble-prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the
Out of the gun, Luck. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Luck. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Snags it for the pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now a desperation throw deep, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Will Parks. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
23 yards, the final tally. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 2nd and 4. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Throwing now, Luck. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football,
yeah,
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Broncos, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.